People buy benefits, not products. And people buy experiences, and again, not products. And people buy identities, not products.
Yeah, I see that.
One of the biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs do with their jewelry store is that they overlook the real motivation of why someone would purchase their pieces of jewelry, which is emotions and feelings that make us purchase. Now, that being said, when it comes to reinforcing these emotions, I believe that a good way is to create an identity that reinforces their perceived desires. When it comes to creating this identity for a jewelry online store, there are three essential aspects. Number one is copy/message. Number two is visual/creative, aka what people see. And third thing is branding. I will break down each one of them and I'll explain how to build this kind of identity using these three particular bullet points.
Show me how it works.
The reality is that it's not your ad account or your interests that target your ideal audience and helps you to scale your ad account. It's about the identity that you create using your messages, your visuals, your copies, your branding, and that is what helps you have a lasting jewelry brand and to scale your ad account to stratosphere.
But it's just so much more money.
A lot of jewelry business owners have this false belief that when it comes to building an identity, it's a very complicated process, but in reality, it's very easy to do. And I use a very simple template that I want to share with you to create that identity. It all comes down to just what you say and to what you write. You instantly can create an identity just by spending a couple minutes on that.
So simple yet so brilliant.
The template that I found that works extremely excellent for jewelry stores will sound something like this. So what you will see in the brackets is pretty much what you will have to change based on your brand, and the other things you can keep it as it is. So first is your unique selling proposition. This is what you will change based on your business. Jewelry for the clear niche, the people, the audience that you want to target and speak to. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you want to target a specific niche, which is gonna be achievers and go-getters. So you could say something like urban jewelry for achievers and go-getters. You see how instantly I position this brand from speaking to everyone. It seems like it's another jewelry brand to a particular store that sells just to this subset of your ideal audiences.
Wow. Oh my God.
Now, there are a couple benefits that you will get once you just create this identity and you speak to one subset of your audience. The ones who see themselves as achievers and go-getters will feel that this brand, these pieces of jewelry are just strictly designed for them, which will make them feel that this brand fits with their personality, with their identity. And that is very, very powerful because now they won't compare your business, your prices with other jewelry brands out there. They will feel this is the right brand for them, which will lead to a higher conversion rate. And let me tell you the beauty of this.
Tell me.
You could sell very similar products like our competitors, but if you create an identity with this template, you are gonna be able to differentiate yourself much easier and build stronger relationships with your circle of audience, which that will lead to keeping them more engaged in your brand, and that results in a higher lifetime value, which that is a totally different discussion, but simply to put, you're gonna get more profits from the same customer. The second thing that we want to tackle when we create an identity is the visual. So we talked about with the copy, which is what you write. The visual is simply what you are showing, what you're demonstrating to your customer.
Listen, I trust Archie and you must trust Archie. He's a very great guy.
And the best advice that I can give you is when you create a piece of content, either organic or for your ads, make sure that you are demonstrating visually the traits, the characteristics, and the activities of your identity that you are about to create.
So what does this mean?
For instance, if you want to talk to, let's say, men who play regularly baseball, you could have a quick creative, how you are demonstrating a person playing baseball while showing off your pieces of jewelry as well. In that way, you reinforce the identity and the audience that you want to reach and target. And the third thing when you design an identity is branding. Now, I love this part because this includes your color palette, your font, like the feel and look, etc. Once you picked, let's say, one identity, you want to stick to that for an extended period of time. What you don't want to do is to hop from an identity to an identity every 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, because what you won't be able to do is that people will be confused. Like, you're gonna talk to different people and they won't be sure whether this brand is for them or not.
You know what? You are exactly right.
Probably an objection that you might have is that I am not sure if the identity that I choose is broad enough to make a certain amount of money. Let's say your goal is to make $5 or $10 million. I'm not sure if my market, if the identity that I want to create is big enough, which in marketing is also called the total addressable market, TAM. In most cases, that's not the case. If your jewelry store doesn't make $1 million per year, then it's much better to go niche and then over time to go and talk broader and broader. In that way, you're gonna be able to make more money and retain your customers for a longer period of time because you build a better relationships with that particular identity. And something that I heard, and it's very true, is that when you go to the niches, you are gonna get richer much faster, which pretty much is like the riches are in the niches. Again, if your jewelry store doesn't make even $1 million per year, then don't even bother because you have a huge audience to reach, even if you create a very particular identity and you want to go niche in the first place. The thing is that when you pick, let's say, a particular branding, a particular color palette, that will attract instantly a different caliber of audience.
Give me an example.
If, let's say, you choose black and white, more classic, you're gonna attract people who cherish more of a classic, the prestige, more like have this luxurious feeling. And because of that, if you, let's say, sell more high-end jewelry, that's gonna be a very good movement from your side to do. So if you look between the lines of what I said in this video, you'll notice that if you pay attention to the details, you're gonna be able to scale your jewelry store much faster and impact more people.